Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. This is the 30 minutes webinar covering what you see here, starting off with introducing our past webinars slightly, and then going in deep with a hidden Japanese series number 2, Timeless Trail of Kiso Valley, upcoming tour, November, of overview of it, and then a detailed itinerary, key highlights of the tour, and introducing one of the residents and the experienced travelers will be meeting and doing during this tour, along with his stories. This year will be our second season to hold this tour, receiving a permission from the previous participants. I will be sharing some feedbacks we received from them. At the end, of course, Q&A. Please note that this webinar will be recorded. And before we start, please type your name in if you haven't. I always like to know who I'm talking to. Thank you. Our past webinar. Those who are their first time to join our webinar, these are the past topics we have covered so far. If there are any that you are interested in, please let us know. Revitalizing and preserving Japanese culture is our specialties. Tool overview. I'd like to know, we do have B2B, B2C here. How many have gone to Nakasendo Trail? Who has sold Nakasendo Trail before? Just wanted to know if you know the area. Okay. Although I'll be talking about this tour, I'd like to see what interests our audience today, so I can provide the information to seeking information that you are seeking to hear. So, where is Kiso Valley? Those who are new to this area, it's in Nagano Prefecture. Access to this starting point is the Nakatsugawa Station. It's 3 hours and a half away from Tokyo by bullet train, 2 hours and a half away from Kyoto by bullet train. So it's quite easy to include it in your itinerary. You just got to go to Nagoya and then go to Nakatsugawa Station. Closer look at where this tour is taking you and the travelers. Nakatsugawa, like I mentioned, let me point it right here. Magomen Tsumago. This is the most famous post town in Nakatsugawa, this Nakasendo. You'll be walking here, and then the hidden part of this Nakasendo trail is this dotted point here. With a little change from the urban city, having Nakasendo in the tour gives a refreshing break for the travelers or you because of its preserved areas and also the nature. More tips about this. Once the tour is over, travelers can or you can either head north to Matsumoto from Narai from here, or south to Kyoto from Kiso, Fukushima from here down. And like I mentioned, this tour is not an ordinary tour. It introduces the hidden part of Nakasendo, which is preferred to those who are looking for less crowded but wants to tick off the must-see areas, wants to walk the famous Nakasendo, wants to meet the locals as well, rather than just, walking, wants to have culture experience and contribute to the community. In details, this is a fixed date, November 23rd, 1 night, 2 days. Early in the morning, starts in early morning, 8:30 a.m. at Nakatsugawa Station, ends at 5 p.m. at Kiso Fukushima Station. Prices are listed here. It includes meals, accommodation, tour guide for 2 days, the experience, activities, transportation during this tour. Minimum participants is 6 people, maximum is 18. This activity includes walking, hiking, culture experience. It's an easy hike and relaxing. I had my son, 1-year-old son, doing this as well. Since the tour it starts early in the morning, those who need to stay a day earlier in Nakatsugawa, we can arrange an accommodation for you from our side. if you want to save the details, you can scan this QR code or visit our website. Transportation. During the tour, we will be, the tour will be reserved at our end. Minimum number of participants will be 6 packs. Maximum is 18. So minibus for 9 seats, 20 seats, microbus. One of the greatest part of this tour is that because the charter bus will be arranged for the whole 2 days, travelers with children or elderly can rest in the vehicle instead of walking. For example, maybe they do not feel well, so they want to stay in the vehicle, or baby sleeping. Um, Luggage will be stored in the vehicle during the walk as well, so there is no need or worry about arranging luggage deliveries or travel with children worrying about repacking their belongings. When I joined this tour, I had a suitcase, backpack, and a baby carrier, a lot amount. When it was a day to hike up Mount Ontake, I left all the heavy luggage in the bus and took only the little baby carrier and a backpack, like this. It was quite easy. More in details. Day one, early in the morning, walk Magome to Tsumago. It's a slow walk of about 8 kilometers. It's early in the morning because the next march, this is at 12 o'clock. Must need to be there at 12 if you want to watch this. And after lunch, 2 o'clock, going to the wooden turner workshop. I'll tell you more about this because our speaker I went to interview the wood turner. After that, engaging in the forest conservation, and this is an Hinoki Seiko, saint of Kiso Forest, Hinoki experience. Visiting a Hinoki Seiko and meet the mountain woodcutter who have worked with the forest for generations, enjoying the soothing aroma of freshly cut Hinoki cypress, and learn about the tradition use in temples and homes and connecting with Japanese forest heritage. These cypress trees are actually purified, and that's why they can use this in the temple. Last day for this day is doing the Kiso dance. Maybe before this dance, we'll have a free time. If you do, you can stroll around the town, enjoying the color of the trees, or maybe take a quick onsen, and then the dance. Day one was a stroll around Magome. And the thing that I remember about this, the tour guide was telling me, is do not cut the trees in Kiso without permission. Kiso Valley is also known to have a short daylights. For this, it was hard to grow crops, such as rice, and timber was their precious resource to support their family. Those who cut the trees without permission is like stealing money. So those who did have their head cut off. My goodness. So you don't want that. And taking a rest at this really nice old rest house. All the participants are locals, wearing kimonos and clothes just like it was in the Edo period. Children dressed holding hands with family and friends, singing and playing instruments, giving the Edo vibe. This march has been revitalized 30 years ago when the Tsumagojuku post town has decided to restore the town and pass the tradition down to the next generation. Ever since, the residents will gather and celebrate the holiday, showing the tradition to the visitors. This is something that Heartland Japan, only Heartland Japan can offer. With the fixed date and time of this march, makes it difficult for agencies to include it in the itinerary. But by working closely with the community, we were able to solve that problem. Travelers are able to enjoy watching, feeling the vibe, and tasting the excitement happening as if they are in Japanese movie film. Maybe in the future, we're actually working on this. Travelers might be able to join in the march wearing the kimono being filmed. It's a private dance performance. At the hotel, you or the guest will be staying a little break between dinner and bath. Story about their history, movements, and lyrics are you can experience. Take a look at this. This was actually really nice. My son enjoyed it. I was wearing the yukata that the accommodation had. I didn't go into the onsen, but I thought, I might wear this to be part of them. So going on day 2, it's kind of easy going because you're just walking and then going into the sake brewery. The walk at Mount Ontake is a beginner's. Distance will be, it's around 2 hours. Walk along the ancient trail leading to the sacred mountain, Mount Ontake. It's roughly 3 hours trail hike. Bathe into a sunlight, crisp air, trace the path your pilgrims once walked with your own feet. It's a moment to feel the unique spirituality of Kiso. And the sake brewery. I went there. This is one of my photos. Going in there and saw the waterfall and going into the cave. This is one of the participants going into the little cave. It was quite nice. I didn't go in because of my son. You can see for a child, it's not a problem, but for adults, you have to kind of duck. And after, I've asked him how it was, and this is what he said.
Oh, it's magnificent. It's extraordinary cave with the shrine at the back. It's inside the cave there's another cave.
Oh, there's another cave.
Candles and memorials for the deity. Very, very demanding. It's dark, cold, wet.
Oh, cold and wet.
Low.
And low as well.
Although not deep inside, it's okay.
The programs to purify, they use this waterfall to purify as well, but not this tour. We don't do that. We won't go in an extreme. Yukawa Sake Brewery, it appreciates its history and environment and preserve its vitality. We use the market trends and continue to produce sake, a new sake as well, and producing moments that connects mankind's society and community. The wine challenge for 2023 competition and a champion, they were rewarded. It has the second oldest history in Nagano Prefecture. The brewery produces sake with full, rich flavor of rice and a pure, light aftertaste. Autumn 2024, the main building of the brewery renovated to create a new space to connect the brewery and the community values to the future. So what you can experience or the travelers can experience is delicious sake and lunch while feeling the atmosphere of the Edo and the history of Kiso. It's a local ingredient. The bento box that you can see here is one of the things that I ate. It was November, yes. So the bento box is created with autumn things and local. Private lesson at the private room lecture from the owner herself. She's the owner. Those who can't drink alcohol can also join by tasting a rich amazake. I don't know if you know amazake. It's a non-alcohol, fruit fermented rice sake. The souvenirs that you can receive from this tour is sake cup. I have one here that I mentioned that can you see this cup? This is actually apple tree, made of apple tree. And sweets and cypress oil or hinoki, what is it, cream? Accommodation, it's fixed. So it has a Western style home, a room, and Japanese style. Both has bed, bath, and toilet in the room. Free Wi-Fi, of course. If you are interested, there is a website here that you can search. The wood turner. Wood turner in Japanese is kijishi. It's a traditional craft that requires incredible possession of deep understanding of nature timber, just like what he's doing. He is Ogura-san, Mr. Ogura. He's been doing this for 52 years, and he's now trying to pass this down to his son, which is quite challenging. Just a little bit about history about this kijishi is I'll have Ogura-san talk about this.
始まりはね、1150年前なんですよね。滋賀県で始まったのが。それで移動してくるじゃないですか。移動してきて、今私が現在仕事している、この場所に来たのが160年ぐらい前っていうふうに言われています。
Shiga Prefecture is the birthplace of this kijishi, craftsmen who use the potter's wheels to create wooden items such as bowls and trays. It is said that during the Heian period, the prince retired to Ogura Valley and taught the art to the potter's wheel there. So they are now passing it down. It's been passed down for 1,000 years. Wow. This is where his workshop is. It's surrounded by forests. What's special about Kiso's Kijishi? There are two things. First, as you can see here, one Kijishi does all the work from selecting their own tree from the forest, carving, polishing until waxing with lacquer, all done as their ancestors did 1,000 years ago. Second is how they lived. He calls his ancestors tribes, moving where there were good trees, are calling, never staying in one place and using the same techniques from when they were in Shiga Prefecture. First picture is a recent photo he gave us. It's a pear tree, and it's been giving many fruity pears to the owner, but it's gotten old and they needed to solve this tree. So what he did is, with the respect to the tree, he took a moment before cutting it and prayed to tell the tree that it did a good job and to rest to be reborn, and carve it and polish it. At his workshop, visitors can experience that old tradition way of carving.
この木地師の仕事と昔からある歴史、そして木のぬくもりを感じてもらえればと思います。
This experience is not in this tour there's only a 40 minutes time in his workshop. So if you're interested, you can go back and experience this. But what you can experience is his wife greeted us, and we were taken to a table full of little cups called guinomi, like in this photo, right? It smells so good, and we were challenged to guess which trees they were actually made of, and we had a lot of fun. The children did too. You can pick one you liked, turn the cup upside down, and see what it was made of, see the answer. And you can take it back home as a souvenir. But to do that, we were handed out an old coin called kosen, the one you can see in the middle. We take that cup and the kosen to the reception to purchase like how the people in Edo area used to do. I've asked him why he took the offer of putting this into the tour.
私たちが普段普通にやっているその仕事、木を丸く削るというこの普段の仕事を本当体験っていうと少しの時間なんですけど、ちょっと体験してもらうだけで、あ、木ってこんなにいろんな表情を見せるんだっていうのを分かっていただきたかったっていうのもあるし、普段からの仕事のほんの一部を知ってもらえることで、いつも作っている器のなんか魅力を感じてもらえればと。
A little peek of different kinds of trees he showed me.
これは柿の木で作った木のコップです。はい、これいろいろな柿の木らしい模様が出てるんですけど、ここに筋がスーッと入っていたり、それからここが柿の木の木が2つにこう分かれるところ、そこがちょうどここに入っています。こういったものとか、あと最近では木の風合いを生かすように、これ花を入れる器を作ってるんですけど、この中に実際に水が入って花一輪させるようにしてあります。これがUFO 柿っていう名前なんですけど、ちょっとUFO に似てるかなっていうことで名前をつけてみました。こういったものづくりをしています。木のぬくもりとか味わい、木そのものが分かるようなもの、分かるような形でできたらなっていうことで作っています。
He is giving another life to the wood. And also mentioned that every items have their own unique figure, like he said. And what Kijiji does is that they don't waste timber. Depending on which part of one timber he is going to carve, the items differ, even if he tries to make the same product. He uses right at the edge of the timber as much as possible to maximize the use of its wood. What Heartland Japan arranges throughout the year is this 2 days, 1 night tour. And it's a fixed date now because of the March. It only does it on November 23rd, but the rest of the activities, like walking as well, it's throughout the year. So if you want to do it this summer, that's fine. That's possible. It's quite hot though. This travel is about sustainable travel as well. Getting engaged with the locals, doing what the Edo people, travelers did back in the old days, using the coins, using the wood, the cups that's made out of wood. You can take it wherever you can, wherever you want to taste sake or something, and maximizing the timber as much as possible to give another life to the wood, revitalizing and passing down the tradition to the travelers. This is all sustainable. So if you or your travelers are interested in all these community-based experience, then I recommend this Kiso tour.